Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there, good morning. It is Thursday, October 12th.
Thanks for joining us. I stepped outside during our break and I feel like it's not as cold as it has been.
No doubt about that. And we've had morning clouds, and coming in this morning, we couldn't even see the top of the Tower of the Americas. Where do things stand now, Mia?
Yep, it is still pretty foggy out there, and we've had some reports of some mist and even some light drizzle. So just know if you're fixing to step out on the roads, that is likely what some folks are going to encounter. Now take a look at visibility in and around the San Antonio area, especially along I-35 and even along I-10 near Bernie. Visibility dropping to about 3 miles. Near that as well, down Highway 90 in Castroville. So this is something that we're going to keep eyes on. Even worse conditions, denser fog in San Marcos stretching over to Gonzales right now. And you can just see outside. Looks very gloomy. We've got overcast skies, some of those lowered ceilings, temperatures in the 60s right now. We should start to see what's left of that patchy fog and mist lift on out of here throughout the remainder of the morning. A few peaks of sunshine possible already by lunchtime, a temperature around 76. And then later on this afternoon, I think we'll see more sun compared to what we saw yesterday. High temperatures will be a bit warmer because of that. A forecast high in the mid 80s for us here in San Antonio later this afternoon. Noticeably warmer tomorrow, near 90 degrees. But then we see our next cold front move in. That arrives late tomorrow afternoon and into the evening. And then this weekend, beautiful, low humidity, comfortable fall temperatures just in time for the annular eclipse. We'll get to that viewing forecast and talk all about it. But first, sending things over to RJ, because even with this patchy fog, it's been a little bit of a mess on the roads today.
Yeah, definitely. So a couple of things. So no major wrecks right now. There was one pretty big one there at 35 North at Topper One that cleared out during our 8 o'clock hour. So the biggest thing that we're following right now is what we were just talking about, what Mia just mentioned, the fog that we're seeing throughout the area. Take a look at this TransGuide traffic shot right there. US 90 at Loop 1604 North. And I'm going to show you a little bit more fog of some fog situations throughout the city. Do want to let you know about some other incidents that we have right now on our roads. We have a stalled vehicle, I-10 westbound at Crossroads Boulevard. So again, the Wonderland of the Americas Mall, this area right here usually gets pretty busy, but doesn't seem to be affecting traffic that much. As we get a little bit closer here to the west side, this is Loop 410 northbound at Highway 151. So we have another reported stall there, but you can see traffic moving along pretty smooth in this area as well. Okay, so I called TransGuide a little while ago, asked them to put up several of these camera shots for us. So let's go ahead and cycle through some of these. So we saw this one right here. Let's see if we could look at camera 10 there. This is Loop 410 at Marbach, a little bit north of that 90-1604 intersection. You see that we have some fog rolling in there. And then let's take another one here. This is a pretty good one. US 90 at 1604. You see heavy fog in this area. I mean, visibility is pretty low here, but we did have a stalled vehicle reported a little bit earlier. You see it right there. Traffic not being held up in any way in that area there. Let's see if we could take a look at one more. And this is a little bit further in, coming in from 90 Castroville at Medio Creek, a little bit closer to the Lackland Air Force area. So you see things have cleared up a little bit here, US 90 at Medio Creek, but still this is something that we're going to continue to follow. If there's any sort of updates, any other delays, I will be sure to jump back on here and let you guys know about that. Yeah, fog, that's kind of the biggest thing we're dealing with right now at the moment. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. The city's first ever gun buyback event is happening next month and is being spearheaded by San Antonio District 9 City Councilman John Courage.
People get HEB gift cards worth up to $300 per gun, depending on the type of firearm they turn in. But now that the event has been announced, Councilman Courage apparently needs donations to pay for the guns relinquished by the owners.
Garrett Behringer explains why previous promises that it would be a no questions asked event can't be kept for everyone.
This November is the right time.
District 9 Councilman John Courage has wanted to do a gun buyback, or as he calls it, a voluntary weapons exchange, for years.
I'm very worried about the gun violence that is almost overwhelming in our community.
Now, he's using $100,000 of his discretionary district funds and drumming up additional donors to pay for an exchange event on November 19th. When people will be able to turn in as many as 20 weapons at an Alamo Dome parking lot for the weapons to be destroyed.
But we will not be asking them who they are, where they got the weapon from, where they live.
However, Police Chief William McManus says that won't extend to everyone. He's criticized gun buybacks in the past, though his department will be assisting at this event. McManus says police will immediately check serial numbers on site, and if there's a match for a stolen weapon or a destroyed serial number, they will have questions. Otherwise, he says, it's anonymous.
That's the compromise we came to. Either we come to that compromise with SAPD involved, or we don't come to that compromise with SAPD not involved.
Courage says law-abiding gun owners shouldn't be concerned, though, and he's not expecting lots of stolen guns or guns used in crimes to turn up.
If you're a bad guy, you're not going to turn in your gun.
Instead, he frames it as a way to take unwanted guns out of circulation before they end up in hands that would use them for harm.
This is not to say we expect to lower the crime rate by even 1%. But if we, through getting these weapons out of circulation, can save one life, then it's worth 10 times the investment that all of us are putting into this.
Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
On a different note, Saturday is the Light the Night event benefiting the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and there's still time to register. The event raises money for research to find a cure for blood cancers. The evening will be lit with lanterns that pay tribute to patients, survivors, and those who have passed away from cancer.
Light the Night will be on Saturday beginning at 6 p.m. at Hemisphere. Our Lee Waldman will be the MC at the event. So if you scan the QR code on your screen, it will take you to the website where you can join and sign up to be part of Team KSAT. So registration is free and open to everyone.
If you aren't able to go, but you still want to help us out, you can make a monetary donation by scanning the QR code on your screen. Our goal is to raise at least $5,000, and we need your help to get there. 9:04, 68 degrees, coming up on GMSA at 9.
We are getting ready for the annular solar eclipse happening on Saturday, and so is Trinity University. So we're going to speak with a planetary geologist from the school about the exciting event, and we're going to tell you about a fun festival they're having to celebrate it.
Outside with live cam, good thing the eclipse is on Saturday and not today, because you see what we're dealing with right now, as we've been chatting about for about 5 minutes. We're going to check back in with Mia coming up. We continue to prepare for the annular solar eclipse this weekend. This morning we have a very special guest joining us.
That's right. We have Dr. Les Bleemaster, a planetary geologist at Trinity University, joining us this morning to talk about the big event. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us. All right. So why is this eclipse happening on Saturday and the one happening in a few months so exciting?
Well, it boils down to location. We're in the crosshairs of these two relatively unique events, and they happen to juxtapose in a very small area just west of San Antonio here. So the fact that we are not getting one but two in the short span of time makes it a pretty unique event for us in our lifetimes.
If we're just taking your class and we don't know the difference between the two, can you differentiate, please?
Sure. So this Saturday we'll be experiencing an annular eclipse, and that means the moon does not completely cover the sun, so we get what's called the ring of fire. This happens because the moon's orbit is not a perfect circle. It's an ellipse, and sometimes it's further away and sometimes it's closer to Earth. So when it's further away, it doesn't take up as much space or as much area in the night in the sky, and therefore it doesn't completely block the sun. So in next year, the moon will actually be in its closest approach to Earth, something we call perigee, and that means it is now larger in the sky and ends up being larger than the sun and blocks out all the light.
And just like you were talking about right now with the annular eclipse, the sun will be partially blocked. So why is it still important to wear the correct protective eyewear to witness the eclipse?
Oh yes, the sun is very bright. As we know, we don't typically on a normal day just stare at the sun. We have a kind of automatic blink reflex that keeps us from doing that. But so when the annular eclipse, the sunlight that still bleeds around the edge of the moon is still very intense. But because it is dimmer, your blink reflex may not be as natural. So someone could be inclined to look at it a little longer, but even short periods of time could damage your eyes. So yeah, I've got the Trinity glasses. So if you come, we've got our nice Trinity branded glasses. So it's really important to get them up close to your eyes and then put them on before you look up at the sun, and then look away before you take them off.
Doctor, which type of eclipses are more rare, shall we say, solar or lunar?
Well, interestingly, the phenomena is about the same. So we get about 2 eclipses, 2 lunar and 2 solar eclipses on average each year. But because of the nature of the size of the Earth and the Moon, the Earth is about 4 times the diameter of the Moon. So the shadow that is created in the tail away from the sun is much smaller for the Moon. So when we have a solar eclipse, the Moon shadow only kind of makes a narrow swath or a narrow shadow zone across the surface of the Earth. So for a lunar eclipse, they happen at night during a full moon. If you're awake and you can see the full moon and a lunar eclipse is occurring, you'll see it. But for a solar eclipse, it happens during the day, during the new moon, but you need to be in a very specific location where that shadow, the umbra, actually passes overhead.
And we know the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, but during the annular eclipse, why does it appear to happen in the opposite direction?
Yeah, I think you're referring to the shadow as it crosses in front of the sun, and it gives the appearance of kind of moving in the opposite direction. The shadow tracks it's coming from the Pacific Northwest and then reaching us at the Gulf Coast. If we think about looking kind of down on the Earth-Moon system from above, the Earth is spinning on its axis in a counterclockwise direction. The Moon is also orbiting the Earth in that same counterclockwise orientation. So when it passes in front of the sun, it is moving from kind of west to east, and that shadow follows along the ground path.
Is there a fun fact that nobody's really talking about this weekend's event that you can speak of?
Yeah, about our event on Saturday, we're really excited. We hope to have a good turnout. We'll have our rooftop observatory open. People can get tickets to go up and spend a few minutes. Hopefully we have before and after the eclipse, maybe we have some sunspots that can be visible. We're going to have grab and go snacks. We'd like to invite people to bring the picnic lunch and hang out on our lawn before and after the eclipse. We're going to have some fun activities, arts and crafts. We'll make some pinhole projection cameras. We're going to have a to scale model of the solar system that you can walk through. So yeah, we hope we get a good turnout. And of course, we'll have plenty of glasses while supplies last, but we do have we have a couple box fills, so I think we'll have enough for everybody.
Fantastic. Right. Dr. Les Bleemaster from Trinity University, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And just like we were talking about, Trinity University will have that festival on Saturday to celebrate the annular solar eclipse. And it's going to be from 10 in the morning to 2 p.m. at the Center for the Sciences and Innovation. And this is a family-friendly event.
If you're just kind of catching us at the tail end of this interview, there will be arts and crafts, science demonstrations, food trucks, and as the doctor said, rooftop viewing of the eclipse by telescope. Eclipse glasses are also provided while supplies last, and sounds like they've got some left. They're even going to have a mock solar system they'll run through the center of the campus, which sounds pretty cool. So again, that's this Saturday, 10 to 2, Trinity University right here in San Antonio.
And also, we are your Eclipse Authority, and we're going to have full coverage of the big event on Saturday on GMSA and online. So make sure that you tune in. You can find all our eclipse coverage that we have online right now by scanning this QR code on your screen.
Well, for days now, we've been talking about a pretty favorable forecast for the eclipse on Saturday. Where are we at with that, Mia?
Yep, it is going to be very comfortable outside. It is going to be pretty windy in the mornings. That wind should die down, though, into the afternoon. Really, the thing that we're going to need to monitor after the front passes through Friday evening, the potential for a few lingering passing clouds, especially south and west of San Antonio, but overall, a gradual clearing trend should be taking place right up to the time of the peak of the annular eclipse, around 11:52 for us here in San Antonio. Winds out of the north at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting upwards of 25 to 30, but we will have low humidity in place and those comfortable fall temperatures moving back in the upper 60s by 10 o'clock Saturday morning, low 70s by about 11:50, and then we'll start to see those temperatures warm into the mid to upper 70s as we head into the later portions of your Saturday afternoon. And really quickly, once again, here's a look at where the peak of the eclipse is going to pass through portions of south central Texas. So this is by about 11:50 in the morning. You can see for places like Carter Valley, Rock Springs, stretching over to Junction, closer to 11:52 for us here in San Antonio, Divine, Hondo, Uvalde. It will continue to work its way southeastward near Pleasanton, Floresville by about 11:55, and then that will work its way farther off to the southeast down the I-37 corridor and eventually make its way closer to Corpus Christi as we get closer to the noon hour. So a lot going on. We have so much content for you, getting your glasses ready, everything that you need to know up at KSAT.com. So definitely check that out. All right, right now you can see we don't have anything out there on the radar, but we like to look at visibility when it comes to fog and mist because sometimes the water particles are too small for the radar to detect. So you can see we still have some of those hindered visibility near New Braunfels, stretching up to San Marcos, right along I-35. Same out in Castroville as well as Bernie. So just know if you are fixing to hit the roads, you likely will run into a few spots of some patchy fog, but that is going to break up and lift on out of here throughout the remainder of the morning. By lunchtime, a temperature in the mid 70s. And then I think we will see some more sunshine into the later portions of our afternoon with a high temperature focused around 86 degrees for us here in San Antonio, a bit warmer than what we saw yesterday thanks to the cloud cover. And then if you're stepping out for any Thursday evening plans, thermometers gradually fall through the low 80s and eventually into the upper 70s later on tonight. 88 in Floresville, 87 in New Braunfels, 85 in Sabinal, and 87 in Bandera. Those forecast highs later this afternoon. Tomorrow, a little taste of summer. We're actually going to warm into the low 90s before we see our next front move in. Really, it's looking like late Friday afternoon and into the evening is that timing. And then after that, you can see another dose of fall air works in for this weekend. And that does look to continue into at least the first half of next week. So something to look forward to there. That front is all thanks to this energy currently centered across the central plains. Some rain associated with that low pressure system. This is looking to be a mainly dry front for us here in south central Texas. But you can see this here on your futurecast by 2 o'clock tomorrow. It's starting to work its way into the hill country, closes in on Bexar County by late afternoon and into the evening. It's possible we see a very stray shower across our far southern counties as this works its way farther down to the south late Friday night and into early Saturday morning. And then you can see here by peak eclipse time, mainly south and west of San Antonio, there's the potential for us to need to monitor for a few passing clouds. But again, overall, we should see a gradual clearing trend, and it is just going to feel awesome outside this weekend, especially with that drier air working back in. Highs drop into the upper 70s and low 80s, taking us into next week, and morning temperatures crisp and cool back in the 50s.
I'm anxious to see on Saturday during the eclipse, albeit a short period of time, how much the temperatures drop.
Yep.
When we just have the ring of fire going.
Up to a 5 to even 10 degree temperature drop is possible. Yeah. So we're going to have a lot of things to monitor during that short amount of time.
It's going to be surreal.
It's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
A neat experience for sure.
Yep.
Thank you, Mia.
919, 68 degrees.
In this Hispanic Heritage Month, we are exploring Mexico's national sport that involves skillful roping, talented horsemanship, and much more. When we come back, we're going to hear from San Antonians who are keeping charreria alive.
Right. Okay. A nonprofit with a goal to preserve the history, art, and culture of horsemanship from Mexico for future generations is celebrating its 76th anniversary.
The San Antonio Charro Association is inviting the community to a traditional charreada tournament this weekend, and Tiffany Huertas joins us live with all those details. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning. We're live here at Rancho del Charro, a very special place. Just take a look. This is near VFW Boulevard and Padre Drive. Here's where the tournament will take place. Now, the sport of charreria dates back to the 16th century, and it's all about roping and branch skills. This morning, we have two special people here, Giancarlos and Edmundo Rios is the president of the San Antonio Charro Association. Good morning, and tell us about this incredible event happening here.
Good morning. Yes, it's going to be our anniversary tournament going on this weekend. It'll be 15 teams coming from all over Texas and Mexico City. There's a team coming from Mexico City to compete against us. We moved it to October because of the weather. It's too hot for the horses. So it's really in June. But we want everybody to come out here and witness all the bull riding events, bronc events, and the trick roping, which you're going to see in a little bit. There's going to be a lot of nice events. And the girls are here too.
Escaramuzas, tell us about that.
Escaramuzas, it's a side saddle team. They run in groups of 8 and do different skirmishes and different events running full speed.
What is the energy like when these events happen here?
Oh, it's high. It's a lot of stress. A lot of people think that it looks easy, but it's not. It's years of training.
You all are celebrating 76 years. How special is that for you?
It's very special to be president of the 76th anniversary. It's a lot of years, 1947 to now, and it's a big honor.
Tell us about what John will be here doing for us.
Giancarlo will be trick roping right now, which you will be seeing on foot and on horseback. He's starting with normal 8s right now. Everything comes out from the figure 8.
And it's all about practice. They're doing this every day.
Every day you come to the ranch, everybody starts getting here about 5 o'clock, and you'll be seeing everybody do something different. During the practices, I leave the gates open to the front and the gates open to the arena, so anybody that comes by, they can come and witness our practices.
And the attire is very special. We're going to learn a little bit more about that coming up on the noon show. Thanks for having us here. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Right now we're at 9:25, 68 degrees. There is more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including the story of a trailblazer who became the first Latina on San Antonio City Council back in 1981. Jessie Degollado got to speak with her about what inspired her life of public service.
And kids are more exposed to news these days, including headlines from overseas. When we come back, how to talk to your kids about the war in Israel and Gaza if they come to you with questions or concerns. These days, kids may be exposed to more national world news than ever before because of the accessibility of the internet and social media.
And with most headlines in the news about the war in Israel, it may be time to have a conversation with your kids about what's going on.
Health experts say the traumatic events can cause a heightened sense of stress and anxiety, especially among children.
CNN's Mandy Gaither spoke with a therapist about how to talk to kids about what's happening and how to comfort them.
The images are scary and heartbreaking. As violence continues in Israel and Gaza, it can all feel overwhelming.
You might have personal connections to it. You might be experiencing some triggers from something from your past. And so it's really important to just be aware of what you're feeling and then let go of any shame or judgment around that.
Licensed therapist Jody Baumstein says for young children who haven't been exposed to accounts of the violence, there's no need to talk to them about it. But for older kids who have heard about or seen violent things, she says to be proactive. Don't wait for them to come to you. Talk to them. It's okay to not have answers to their questions.
Really, that's not what they need. Kids don't need a script. They need you to be in it with them and let them know they're not alone in it.
Baumstein says to let them guide the conversation based on what's on their minds. Then listen and offer ways to cope.
How to kind of check their thoughts and see if it's accurate and it's helpful. And you're teaching them strategies to regulate. So if they're feeling overwhelmed, there are things that they can do to calm their body and calm their mind.
If it all feels too overwhelming, take a break from the exposure to the violence. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
That's probably good advice for adults too. Now, Baumstein says to pay very close attention to your children's behavior.
If they're suddenly withdrawing or not engaging in activities or with friends like they used to, that may be a sign that they're struggling and a good time to seek help from a healthcare professional.
Let's go outside with live cam. I've heard some sniffling and sneezing lately. It's too early for mountain cedar. So what is it, Mia Montgomery?
Well, molds have been pretty elevated over the past week or so, really since following the rain that we saw last Thursday. They came down into the moderate category earlier this week, but that is still where they are today, actually up a touch from yesterday. Ragweed and fall elm are present, but the good news is they are low. Okay, going back outside, we still have some patchy fog and even some reports of some steady mist as well. Temperatures in the 60s. We've got the overcast skies in place. Whatever's left of this is going to continue to break up throughout the remainder of the morning into this afternoon. We'll see some more sunshine, high temperatures climbing into the mid 80s because of that. Tomorrow, noticeably warmer, highs pointed closer to the low 90s. Then we see our next cold front move in late Friday afternoon and into the evening. That is going to usher in cooler and drier air via a breezy north wind Saturday morning, but still very comfortable for any weekend plans, including annular eclipse watch parties. Morning temperatures also dropping into the 50s as early as Sunday. So we'll get you a full look at that breakdown, talk more of the details coming up a little bit later on, guys.
Thank you very much, Mina. If you're just joining us, it's time to get caught up in the morning headlines.
Let's look at today's 9 at 9.
It's day 6 of Israel's war with Islamist militant group Hamas. Civilians in Gaza and Israel scrambling for cover from continuous airstrikes and missile attacks. The number of people dead on both sides rising to at least 2,300, including at least 22 Americans. The U.S. is pledging military resources and continued support. But U.S. officials are still gathering information and trying to decide whether any U.S. troops will be sent to Gaza to recover hostages.
It's not clear when the House of Representatives will have a speaker again. Republican nominee Representative Steve Scalise is struggling to get enough support to win a floor vote. That could be bad news for the U.S. economy. For now, the House is effectively paralyzed. The floor vote continues this afternoon.
The Labor Department's latest consumer price index report shows prices rose 0.4% in September, more than expected. It comes a day after the producer price index showed inflation at the wholesale level speeding up slightly to 2.2%. The NASDAQ finished yesterday up 0.7%. The S&P gained more than 0.4%, and the Dow closed 0.2% higher.
The auto workers' strike suddenly hitting Ford hard with no warning. 8,700 workers at a Ford truck plant in Louisville, Kentucky, walked off the job last night. Strike against Detroit's Big Three closing in on 4 weeks.
The number of drug overdose deaths in the United States is still increasing every month, but the pace appears to be slowing. That's according to new estimates from the CDC. It comes after the FDA approved the first over-the-counter version of Narcan, which is a drug used to reverse opioid overdose. The nasal spray is now available in stores and online.
The IRS now says Microsoft owes nearly $29 billion in back taxes. The issue is connected to how the company moved profits around in other countries. Microsoft's appeal could take several years.
Low-cost airlines are now saying the post-pandemic travel boom appears to be just about over. Lately, airlines like Frontier and Spirit have been forced to cut fares to get people on board planes, even as fuel prices jump.
Someone in California has won the second largest jackpot in U.S. history. There was a single winning ticket matching all 6 numbers for the $1.7 billion grand prize in last night's drawing. Took the Powerball, 36 drawings since July 19th for someone to win that jackpot.
The Astros are headed to the ALCS after winning the series against the Twins last night. The final from Game 4 was 3-2 Houston, so now it's a Texas showdown in the ALCS. The Astros will host the Texas Rangers Sunday for Game 1. The time for that game has not yet been determined. And that's today's 9 at 9. A new push from the state of New York to give parents more control over what their kids see online.
Lawmakers there are arguing that social media algorithms are keeping kids addicted to their content, even going as far as comparing it to tobacco.
Algorithms suggest content based on a user's perceived interests. So New York State officials are now proposing legislation that would allow parents to opt their kids out of getting feeds based on those automated algorithms. Instead, kids would only see the sites they follow. It would also let parents block access to social media between midnight and 6 a.m. and would ban sites from selling or sharing kids' data. The proposal will be considered in the next legislative session.
Social media platforms manipulate the content children see online to keep them on the platforms as long as possible.
It preys on you. You don't ask for this content. It finds its way to you by very sophisticated ways.
Utah is also taking aim at the algorithms, suing TikTok over claims that the platform's algorithms are getting minors addicted. TikTok responded saying the app has industry-leading safeguards and it will continue to keep its community safe. Recent studies show the impact that social media is having on young people's mental health. The Surgeon General says teens who use social media more than 3 hours per day are twice as likely as other kids to experience anxiety and depression.
The state of California has a new alert to help find missing children. Ebony alerts are similar to Amber alerts, but are dedicated to finding missing black children and black young adults. Advocates say many African-American girls who are missing are listed as runaways versus being abducted, which results in fewer resources for those cases. Data shows young black people make up nearly 40% of reported missing persons in the U.S., but some police departments are pushing back, insisting they don't discriminate and that race does not play a factor in their response.
As we continue to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, we share the story of a Latina trailblazer back when San Antonio City Council looked much different than it does now. Maria Antonieta Berriozabal became the first Latina on City Council in 1981. Among her many honors, a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Southwest Voter Registration Education Project. This morning, she shares what's inspired her life of public service with our Jessie Degollado.
I'm here in this country because of Maria Cervantes Rodriguez.
Maria Antonieta Berriozabal cherishes a photo of her Mexican immigrant ancestors for good reason.
That's my life. That's what I know. That's who I am. I am them.
Perhaps it's why this little girl from Laredo grew up with a lifelong commitment to community.
Who needs somebody to advocate for them that is not being heard?
City Hall was Maria Antonieta Berriozabal's home away from home for 10 years. But the first time someone said, "You ought to run for city council."
Oh my goodness, I would never do that. Whatever that was is like, oh no, that's not me.
It took her husband Manny, perhaps using a little reverse psychology.
You're not going to run because you're scared of losing. I said, no, I'm not. I'm going to run. So.
Yet the significance didn't hit her until she heard her campaign workers say it.
Voten por la primera Latina. Vote for the first Latina. I was just so happy. Like, there's no way that I'm going to lose. I knew that. And I won.
The District 1 seat, once held by the then future Mayor Henry Cisneros. Berriozabal served 5 terms before losing a tight runoff in 1991 to become the first Latina mayor. Still, Berriozabal says she takes pride in the issues she ran on, unpopular though they were at the time when the city was rapidly growing.
Don't vote for her. She voted against the Alamo Dome. She voted against Fiesta, Texas. She voted against zoning over the aquifer. Why do we just have to go north? I mean, can we invest in the inner city?
An advocate on behalf of immigrants, women and children, the environment, and other issues, Berriozabal says not all Latinos have realized their dreams.
What are we going to do for the others? And that's the question mark. I don't know.
Jessie Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
And if you are interested in seeing more of our stories for Hispanic Heritage Month, just scan this QR code on your screen right now to see all of our coverage.
Right now, 9:40, 68 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
When we come back, we are looking ahead to the Dia de los Muertos festival happening in a couple of weeks in the downtown area. We're going to hear why this event is so special to some people.
We've been dealing with some bashful hippos lately, so we're going to go to something a little more reliable. Nope.
Oh, we got bashful whooping cranes.
Oh, there they are. There they are. Okay.
I see them.
So it's always a great day to go to the zoo. The whooping. What's going on? Those cranes.
Those cranes over there.
Out there, yeah, at the San Antonio Zoo. They're out there on the distance, just to the right of the zoo bug. I was reading whooping cranes.
It was cut off right there in the corn.
We'll be back. Mark, stop talking. That'll wake you up. The largest Dia de los Muertos festival in Texas returns to Hemisphere in just a couple of weeks.
Every year, thousands of people gather to celebrate and honor their loved ones who have passed away. And this year, more space for more ofrendas will be available to families at Civic Park.
Camelia Juarez spoke with one family who explains why the tradition keeps her family's roots close.
You know, I just feel like for my daughters, it just further emphasizes the constant message that we send to them is don't forget where you came from, and that starts from all the way down to abuelita.
Diana Garcia makes an ofrenda or altar for her mother every year. She says it started as an artistic therapy, and now she feels like making an altar brings her closer to her roots.
Every year, that we've participated since then, we reveal a piece of my mother and his grandmother's that, again, we rediscovered, and we just have to share with people.
The Garcia's family altar will sit alongside at least 80 altars at the Muertos Festival at Hemisphere Park, Saturday and Sunday, October 28th and 29th. There will be live performances, local art vendors, and ofrendas from people all over San Antonio. Each ofrenda tells the story of someone's life and their memory.
It's just to make sure that we don't forget them.
Last year, 130,000 people attended Muertos Fest, and organizers say they're excited because they have a lot more space here at Civic Park.
It reflects our growth, and it reflects San Antonio's embracing of this celebration.
Muertos Festival art director Jim Mendiola says people who cannot make an ofrenda will have an opportunity to share their loved one's story through a central community altar.
Over the course of 2 days, it grows and grows. People bring flowers, other photos, so that's the part that's kind of organic and natural.
Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
So mark your calendars, Dia de los Muertos Fest, Saturday, October 28th and Sunday, October 29th. If you can't make it to Hemisphere, you can watch all the action right here on KSAT November 1st at 8 p.m.
For everything related to this year's Dia de los Muertos Fest and celebrations in and around San Antonio, you can scan that QR code on your screen for dates, times, and places. Hopefully the weather will be nice for that as well.
I hope so too. And even for everything happening this weekend, thankfully, weather's going to be really nice as well after we see that front move in tomorrow. Beautiful fall moves back in, but unfortunately we have a couple of warm, kind of summer-like days that we have to get through first. All starting with this afternoon, mid-80s, but then tomorrow already in the low 90s. So let's get you a look at all the details once again. Want to talk about some of the patchy fog, a little bit of mist that we still have in place. Good news for places like Bernie, stretching over to Gonzales, even the south side of Bexar County near Stinson. We are starting to see those visibility numbers improve, but we do have reports of patchy fog and still some mist, especially along the I-35 corridor northeast of San Antonio, and then the Highway 90 corridor going out towards Uvalde out west. So just be careful still if you are planning on hitting the roadways. Temperatures right now in the upper 60s for most of us. Already 71 in Castroville, 68 here in San Antonio, 67 in Bulverde, and 68 over in Canyon Lake. I do think we will be able to tap into a little bit more sunshine later on this afternoon compared to what we saw yesterday. 76 degrees by lunchtime, 86 is the forecast high here in San Antonio by about 4 to 5 o'clock. And then for any of those Thursday evening plans, mostly clear skies expected by and just after dinner time, with those temperatures slowly falling into the low 80s. Now, as we head into Friday, what we were just talking about, it is going to be noticeably warmer with a high approaching the low 90s, all before we see this next cold front move in tomorrow afternoon, late tomorrow afternoon, and into Friday evening. After that, we'll see dew points drop overnight Friday into Saturday. Low humidity, very comfortable, and nice weather for the annular eclipse. So let's talk about that setup. You can see we're pretty quiet across the Lone Star State right now. Off to the east, though, near Raleigh, stretching over to Jacksonville and the eastern seaboard and the Carolinas, the leftover rain that brought us some rain yesterday, that system is departing farther off to the east, closing in on the Atlantic. But then as we take a look farther up to the north, there's that low pressure system that eventually is going to bring us that front tomorrow. So let's time that out here on your Futurecast. By tomorrow, you can see that boundary works into northern Texas. By the morning commute, it will continue to work its way farther south, approaching south central Texas by late afternoon into the early evening. For us here in San Antonio, it is expected to be a pretty dry front, but we can't completely rule out a few isolated showers across our far southern counties near places like Cotulla, Carrizo Springs, stretching over to Eagle Pass by late Friday night and into the early morning hours of our Saturday. Then after that, it gets windy. We start to see that cooler and drier air pump into the region via that breezy north wind, gusting upwards of 25 to even 30 miles per hour at times, especially throughout the first half of our Saturday. Then those winds start to taper off later into the afternoon. We talked about high temperatures coming down to near 80 Saturday and Sunday. Now let's talk low temperatures. Very pleasant, even cool and crisp. So if you liked last weekend's mornings, we're going to see pretty similar conditions as early as Sunday. We could see those morning lows drop back into the 50s, and that could continue into early next week as well. So until then, humid conditions, patchy fog, some mist, temperatures right now in the 60s. We will see this clear up a little bit more later this morning and especially this afternoon. Warm again tomorrow, and then this weekend and into next week, absolutely beautiful weather returns. We're going to take a step aside. We'll be right back after the break.
Coming up on GMSA at 9, we're going to introduce you to our very first educator of the month for this.
That was weird. Okay.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, yes, we're going to introduce you to our very first educator of the month. This is a recipient for their school year, and she's an advisor at John Jay High School, and she's been guiding students there for the past 10 years. So she was kind and gracious, and we can't wait to show you her story tomorrow again on GMSA at 9.
That's so weird. I thought I heard you for a second, too.
I don't know. That's so. That was me.
2 for 1.
Out at the shoot, but that's supposed to air tomorrow. So, sneak peek, you know.
Okay. Well, if you are looking for somewhere to take the family this fall, especially as things start to cool down, how about a trip over Highway 90 to Castroville?
So some of our GMSA producers took the short drive to explore Bell Creek Acres, and let's just say they had quite an adventure. So check it out.
Right now you're at Bell Creek Acres Pumpkin Patch and Family Fun Park.
So we decided to get out of San Antonio, take a little adventure. I have some friends with me. What do y'all think?
I'm excited.
We're gonna have a good time.
Can't wait to get started.
Oh, right down there, right down the hill into the Wicked Woods.
We just want people to be able to bring their families and come out here and have a really good time. There's something for everyone. The boutique, which is all of our Halloween special made things.
Everything was amazing. Something for the whole family. Check it out. We highly recommend. 10 out of 10.
And as you can see, our producers had a wonderful time. You can check out Bell Creek Acres in Castroville. From thousands of pumpkins to a hayride through the forest around the Medina River to a petting zoo and games for the whole family, there is something for everyone. So we have all that information on our website. Just head over to KSAT.com and look for this story.
It's going to be a good weekend for it.
It is going to be nice.
And for the eclipse.
And for the eclipse, absolutely.
We'll be ready. Thanks for joining us.